I want to break down this epic photo shoot for you because I'm really proud of how the photos turned out and all the work I've put into this because it's so full of details. And no, it was not AI, all manually edited, collaged, photographed. To start off, my wonderful model, Sarah Elgadi, I met for the first time in Berlin, and we just shot at one of my favorite places in Berlin, which is Tegelhof, a former airport. And now it's a park, and the lighting was perfect. It was close to sunset, so we got this beautiful golden glow, this beautiful diffused lighting, and we found a bunch of puddles. And since she's an actress, I was like dramatically more into the sky, more into the lake, more into whatever. And she did. She did a great job just staying in character that I just made up on the spot, and we had fun just developing the concept. And then it came to the editing, and my process is all the way into the creative chaos because I let creativity take over me. And usually I come in with a fully formed concept, like I have an idea, I have a vibe, and then I open Photoshop and it just doesn't quite work. Or throughout the photo shoot I had like a different feeling of things, or like an inspiration. Like we started making this very dramatic character, so I was like, how can I do that? And so like I changed the colors, I try out a bunch of things that, you know, evoke different feelings, and then I go for one that work for all of the pictures I choose. For instance, I made this edit and I love this edit, but it does not work for the rest of the photos, and so it's no longer part of the series. It's a standalone beautiful thing. But I took this photo, I gave her the pearls, then I was like, just drag them into the lake, whatever. It's not a lake, it's a puddle, but like pretend. And then in Photoshop, I was like, this evokes like baroque lighting and so dramatic with the shadows. So I enhanced the shadows, I enhanced the lighting, and then I used actual baroque like paintings and I pieced them together. Like there's some trees there, there's a sky here, like the foreground is like multiple paintings, and I found other pearls that I just put on her face. If you look closely, like she's actually having like pearl tears, and then out in the painting there's like doubles of these cows, doubles of these, what are these, like jewelry pieces and doves, and in the background there's like a ghostly figure, and then if you look really closely into the mountain there's a skull. And so like the entire picture was evocative of the memento kind of thing, but like I wanted her to be mourning, and I was like, what is she mourning, and then what are the pearls doing? So I was like, oh, maybe her husband was a pearl fisher and he got lost at sea, and so she's like mourning like those pearls he got mean nothing. And I was like, make it supernatural, so like every time she cries they turn into pearls to kind of keep her alive in this life and keep her happy while the husband no longer can provide. And so she's well off, right? And she's like, take away all of these pearls, I don't need them, I want my love, right? And so like I have these doves everywhere to symbolize the two. And because it has to be a little bit morbid with the memento mori, the dove is dead. I'm sorry, there's one dead dove. Felt really weird to edit that, but you know, I'm sorry. And like that cow is looking away, and like again with the skull, and like there's all of these little things, if you look closely, that symbolize the story of like somebody went fishing and then it didn't come back, and now she's mourning. So eventually she just rejects all of those worldly goods, and then just, I don't know, does she go into the sky, does she become a saint? I don't know, leave it open for interpretation. But you know, I wanted it to be as dramatic as possible, and there's all of these swords there, so like hinting at, did she take her, you don't know. There's a like the wings, is she like a saint? I don't know. Like I want to keep it open, and there's again so many different paintings in this. In the background there's stars, there's like the pillars, then there's a random tree, you know, all kinds of things. Yeah, so like that's how it goes. I just like start editing, then I hate it, then I edit some more, then I just throw a bunch of things onto my screen, and then something clicks, and then I re-edit all of the other paintings, pictures, to create a storyline that evolves as I edit. That's my editing process. And I love that my wonderful model was open to the process, and she was also open to being fully embodying whatever we came up with. And I think these beautiful paintings are just, I love them so much. They're like, yeah, like paintings, because they're taken from actual paintings, but again, no AI generation, like it's all hand-picked. And if ideally I had a lot of time on my hands and like facilities, I would just like start painting myself backdrops and all of that stuff to, you know, do even more intentional collage art with actual people, whatever. But right now, it's just like sourcing old, vintage, historic pieces and reinterpreting them with intention, which AI could never. So anyway, I hope you like them too.